Aspinall really got it right by not hitching his wagon to Jon Jones. I remember when Tom did this, and I remember it stood out in my mind, and I didn't know at the time. I didn't have an opinion at the time whether he was getting it right or he was getting it wrong. I just remember when he did it. And I remember thinking, all right, he's not marrying his career to Jon Jones. Now, what I'm talking about is Tom, when he was pursuing the undisputed heavyweight championship as opposed to the interim title. Every time he did an interview, he made it very clear, I will fight Jon, but I don't have to fight Jon. I don't care if they give it to me. I don't care if they anoint me. I don't care if I fight Jon. I don't care if I fight somebody else. I just want it to be for the undisputed title. Like whatever I do next just needs to be for the title. So take it off of Jon or bring me Jon. But I am not tied to Jon, and my goal has never been about Jon. My goal has been to be the undisputed champion. That goal still remains. I also believe Tom. I believed him when he said it. And the reason I believed him is when Tom was a young man and his dad was training him and he's got his goals and he's fighting in smaller shows and he's trying to make it to television, Jon was a light heavyweight. It wasn't as though Tom was growing up thinking about the day, I'm going to have to fight Jon Jones. It wasn't like that. So that wasn't part of young Tom, boy Tom. Jon came along later, and plenty of guys come and go. So when Tom said it, I believed him, but in hindsight, his instincts were perfect because he's not looking to get the fight with Jon Jones. It doesn't look like they will ever fight. It doesn't look like Jon will fight again. And they've gone to lengths to make sure that Jon can't hurt the company again. When Jon was the champion and gave it back at 205 pounds. Like, I felt like business moved on just seemingly, and I didn't mind those headlines. I didn't really mind that Jon gave the belt back. But I know that bothers them. Okay, now we have a division that doesn't have a champion. We got to fight for a vacated title, which means they walk out there. They're not, the one's not defending and one's not trying to win. And I don't have a problem with that story, but apparently there is a problem with that story. And then Jon did the exact same thing to them at heavyweight. So now they've made it to where Jon's not even in the ranking. If Jon fights again, so what? He does not currently have an opponent. There is nothing that is dangling. The division is not waiting. Surreal is next for Tom. Jon fights or he doesn't fight. It doesn't make a ripple. It doesn't even change a ranking that nobody reads or even knows where to find. But as small as that is, we don't even have to remove him from that. All right. So when you look back at Tom, oh, and by the way, another thing. So Tom just put out some pictures where he just like underwent a double eye surgery. I remember the night that this happened, and I remember the idea of, oh, Tom's being a wimp. Tom wanted out of the fight. And that is looking very different now. I mean, a double eye surgery, which, by the way, I don't think is his first time. I think this is the second time he's underwent something like that. Something happened to those eyes, and particularly as a little time's gone by, it's very clear that was not Tom's fault. But I don't think it ends the issue, by the way. I mean, I just don't think it ends the issue. A rule was not broken. That's per the referee. Like that or not, a rule wasn't broken, which is why disqualification did not happen. But if Surreal broke the rule, intentionally or otherwise, and it's otherwise, I get the official, but he damaged and hurt the champion, why is he getting a rematch? That feels like a reward for otherwise bad behavior. I'm not sure that this conversation should be over. It is. Nobody seems to care and nobody's talking about it, but there does appear to be a bit of an apology. Right, with the more information as time has gone by, there does appear to be a bit of an apology that is owed to Tom Aspinall.